an adventure this week. We visited a town and mountain.
It's like a village.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a town. First, the pronunciation, if we just read it from an American perspective, is Bugarach.
No, bug. B-U-G. Bugarach.
Bugarach. But I said something to a local the other day, and he was like, I've never heard of that place. So we are not at all pronouncing it correctly.
Bugarach.
We are the Stills family. After 15 years of marriage, 3 kids, and successful careers, we decided to take a left turn and change our lives completely. We quit jobs, we quit the never-ending pursuit of chasing more, and we packed up for a grand adventure through Europe. Along the way, we are rediscovering ourselves and each other, learning what it means to slow down and rest, and finding adventure in the simple and extraordinary. We are Stills in Halftime.
It is so interesting. It has the craziest history and legends and stories that go along with it. So I was as equally excited to hike the mountain as I was just to see it and see who we might see when we got there.
Who were you expecting to see? So there's a legend about the mountain.
There's so many legends.
Okay, well tell a legend.
Okay, one of them is that it is a UFO base.
Yes.
This is not like a tiny legend. This is a big deal. People think that there are aliens and UFOs like housed within this mountain.
So the Mayans believe...
This is a totally different legend.
No, that's why they think there's aliens, because that's how, when the world ended, the aliens that were in there were going to take them with them.
Yes, so the Mayan Apocalypse of 2012.
Yes, and if you're watching this, it didn't happen.
So will Bugarach have changed at all as a village, even if the end of the world didn't end up happening there?
Well, actually, it has. The population has trebled over the past few days. There are over 300 journalists here covering this non-event of the century. I mean, it's probably one of the greatest non-events in the history of humanity.
The end of 2012, the Mayan calendar was going to end.
Right.
And so they thought it might be the end of the world, and they thought that this was the sole place that would survive.
Right, because there were aliens living in the mountain, and that year, like thousands of people flocked to this tiny town to catch a ride because the portal was going to open up in the mountain.
Yes.
The aliens would come out and take whoever believed.
I don't know. Yeah.
With them to wherever.
There are stories about like Jesus hid in this mountain. I read about that.
Did you watch X-Files?
I was so not allowed to watch that. Did you?
Oh, yeah.
You were allowed to?
I don't know if I was allowed to. I've seen it.
I was not allowed.
It wasn't bad. It was.
I know.
It was
but
on like
know,
Fox. It was.
I can only watch PG things.
Mulder, Scully.
Yes. Maybe they visited this mountain.
Aliens. Where are you at?
Do I believe there's aliens? So I heard this interview with Elon Musk and Joe Rogan. And this is the thing I could really settle on with aliens. And that is, surely if they were there, we would have found them.
If they were where?
Anywhere.
Here.
Yeah, especially if they were here, we would have found them.
So
It was just very interesting.
Yeah, but there's an...
Well, how do you feel?
So there's definitely people or something out there.
For real?
I think that with... The universe is
and we
like...
would not know? Go for it.
So the universe is like infinitely growing or going, right?
I don't know.
It's pretty big. So I would
Think
not...
it's getting bigger?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would not say that it's impossible for something else to be out there. I don't think it's like Little Green Men, but I mean, I don't know if they are, but I wouldn't say it's impossible that there's nothing else out there as big as space is.
I would agree with you.
And you say that we've searched everywhere. That's not even close to true. That we've.
Not say that. Surely, if they were there, we would have found them.
If they were where?
Anywhere.
You said that if
we are searching.
You said that if they were here, we would have found them. And I believe if they were here, yes, we would have found them. But you can't say that for all of space.
That's true.
If you've watched Interstellar, you know that, we can glimpse the singularity by going through a wormhole.
What on earth are you talking about?
So we decided to hike this mountain and go look for aliens.
Honestly, we weren't even sure we would be able to hike it because we were told by our neighbor that it was a challenging hike. I definitely 100% didn't.
I did not think we'd go to
the top.
So, Bugarach is where we are, and this, I don't know if it's famous, but it's pretty well known for several reasons. It's called the Upside Down Mountain because what is on the top is older. The rock on the top is older than the rock on the bottom. So it's kind of a mystery. Some people think that there are aliens housed in the middle of this mountain with a UFO. So
Yeah, we weren't even really prepared. I mean, our youngest had refused to wear tennis shoes that way, so we were like, fine, whatever you want to wear to get in the car is fine.
you want to explain your hiking shoe choice to me?
Mom, will you hold this just for a second so I can
as we hike? Oh, to dance and hike.
Mom, will you hold this?
So she had on her sparkly ballet flats, tried to motivate them. Hi, Lennon. Okay. So we made a game out of the hike to keep the kids focused and to cut down on the whining. So we told them about the aliens. Thankfully, it didn't scare them, but they were on a mission to find signs of aliens.
Okay, so what does the color mean?
Orange, yellow, orange, 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 orange.
What does it have to do with the aliens?
I don't know. I think they marked the way so they know where they went.
All right, what does it say? How does it smell?
Smell like Mommy! I am not smelling.
Generally, I think we go a little slower and allow them to like
Yes. Wander.
wander, and we'll stop and let them do whatever they want. But I think for this one, we kind of wanted to get to the top to see if they could make it, and then we also knew that like we only had so much time or it was going to get dark.
Oh, there! Oh, there!
I think everyone was in pretty good mode for a good hour and a
Oh
half.
yeah.
And then that last third was
It was
rock. It was tricky.
It wasn't like kid tough. It was tough. Yeah, our
she started
oldest,
getting-
she was done. The youngest, Lennon, we figured out the funniest trick with her, and it is that she does not like to be behind people. Makes total sense, but I think it's the most like, I don't know, demotivating thing for her. And then if we have to give another kid a turn to be the leader, the whining goes back on. So we're like, nope, she's the leader. And she pushed herself in her sparkly ballet flats the whole time. And that's part of these hikes is like pushing our kids farther than they're comfortable with to let them know like, you can do this. You see that mountain up there that looks super high? We're gonna climb it and you can get to the top.
We got to the point where we had this app called AllTrail, and you could kind of track you, and you could see like, oh man, we're getting closer and closer to the lookout. And then we got to a certain spot, and we were like, we can't not make it up there.
Yeah.
So, and we were also aware the sun was going to go down at a certain point.
Yeah.
And the hike was getting much harder and
Really hard,
much
yeah.
steeper. And so we were trying to like get them moving and keep them going up the hill, kind of pushing them a little bit to be a little quicker than probably would have. And at that point, I think they started getting really, not upset, but tired of doing this thing.
Yeah.
But we could see
we could
where we
see
were
where they
going
were
at that point, and it was like, well, we could just make it. And then by the time we got to the lookout, it was over. And it was quite amazing.
It was spectacular. And it was not lost on our kids how amazing it was either.
No.
They were all aware, like they were so proud of themselves.
Yeah.
But we also were like, okay, good job. We got an hour to get down this very steep mountain before the sun goes down.
But yeah, we hustled out of there, and we made it back down. And
We just finished our hike, huh?
Yes,
Smith, what do you think?
it was the best.
Why?
Because we had to hike a very long way and we got to see an amazing view.
What'd you learn today?
Yes, we never take a long hike.
What else? You almost quit right before the top, didn't you? Yep. Are you glad you pushed a little bit farther? Did you see any aliens? No? Did y'all see any aliens?
We saw alien proof.
You saw proof.
We saw a little hole in the building, then maybe the aliens slid through. We did see alien writing.
There's a whole theory going at this house, which is fun. I mean, we just let their imagination run wild.
it was really cool. I thought it was really, really, it was a neat place to go. We did not see any aliens, which was a bummer.